Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of those daytime TV shows that we're doing is The Bold and the Beautiful. Well, before we get into The Bold and the Beautiful, I bet you thought I was dead, right? Oh, that's actually not that funny. I didn't mean that. I bet you thought that I had disappeared. There we go. Because I had disappeared for a week. I went to Japan. So here's the thing. This is what really irritated me. I went to Japan, which actually was a great trip. I had the best time. It was so wonderful. I did 2 days at Tokyo Disneyland, 1 day at Tokyo Disney Sea, and 1 day at Sanrio Puroland, and it was so worth it. It was just wonderful. I had the best time. It was great. So I did all of that, and while I was in Japan, because Monday, the day I left, I did the last Sudsy recap, which was for The Real Housewives of Auckland. I think it was the last time. Oh, no, Jackson Brittany. It was for Jackson Brittany. And after that, I was going to do one when I got to Japan Tuesday night. So I still had to watch Monday and Tuesday's episodes of Bold and the Beautiful. And I went to my trusty CBS app, which is what I was counting on to stay current on my soap operas. And every single television app was blocked in Japan. How frustrating is that? CBS, ABC, NBC, Bravo, all blocked. So I was like, well, fuck it. I mean, I guess I'll just have to wait until I get back to LA or Las Vegas because I am back in Las Vegas, before, I'm able to do this crap again. So I got home 2 days ago, and I've been watching shows, and I finally have time to actually do this recap. So let's talk about so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be posting multiple uploads, I'm uploading multiple shows per day until I get caught up. So, and I really do want to get caught up because I can't wait to talk about Dancing for Relevancy this week. I'm going to do last week's first, but next week, I really cannot wait to talk about this past week. So, all right. So for Bold and the Beautiful, actually, let's talk a little bit about some news that had came out today about the Bold and the Beautiful. It turns out that Sheila Carter is actually in real life, Kimberlin Brown, who plays Sheila Carter, is going to be running for Congress, a congresswoman from San Diego. Now listen, I love Sheila Carter, and I love that she's back, let's talk, they started this new storyline with this kid, Mateo, right? I'm not real sold on that, to be honest with you. I mean, here's the thing. Obviously he's been a trusted staff member for quite some time, right? They're very well familiar with him. But we don't know that. We have never seen that. They have never mentioned him on air. So to just sort of force that relationship on us, the viewers, is a little bit hokey. And his whole purpose is to get Quinn to cheat on Eric because Sheila's paying him. I hope that she doesn't, because that is not Quinn. That is not the same Quinn that offed Ricardo Montemayor to get her son the Hope Diamond. This is not the same Quinn that offed Deacon because he was getting on her goddamn nerves, right? So, I just don't see her, and she already kind of flirted with that once with Ridge, and I didn't care for that, but I would, I'm okay with that if, she doesn't do it again moving forward. I mean, I know that in soap opera land, they say that if you're a happy couple, that is the quickest way to Boringville, right? But I disagree with that. I think that just because you're a married couple, that means that now you can go on all kinds of crazy adventures together, right? Luke and Laura are the perfect example of that on General Hospital. I'm sorry, but they are. Even though they're not together, and it's really unfortunate for Gina Francis because she is still on that show. But I think that I just think that they are always meant to be together, and they are fantastic. Okay, whatever. So that's General Hospital. Let's talk about Bold and Beautiful. Let's talk about Kimberlin Brown. So she's running for Congress for San Diego. Now, I met her. She is very nice, very sweet. And I applaud her for her running for Congress. And I'm sure if she wins, they'll have to write her out of the show. And if she doesn't, then they won't, you know. So I'm not super concerned about, I mean, how many years was the show on without Sheila Carter? Plenty. So I'm not really that worried about the show. It would be nice if she was still on it, but I know she's got other aspirations. So will I vote for her? I don't live in San Diego, so I won't have to. But anyways, you know, whether or not you agree with her politics, I definitely respect her as a person, and I'm looking forward to her campaign just to see how she goes. So congrats to you for your announcement, and good luck. That's all I have to say. Okay, so now let's talk about Bold and Beautiful. Those writers sure did not waste any time trying to hook up Liam and Sally, right? I mean, literally, Thomas's last episode was like 2 weeks ago, and boom, they've already, but in all fairness, don't get me wrong. Scott Clifton, really sweet guy. Liam, I can't stand. I cannot stand Liam. I really can't. I think he's self-righteous and obnoxious as hell, right? Now, I'm not necessarily a huge Bill fan either, although he is pretty fucking funny. Oh God, I can't believe I'm going to say this, and I said this last week, and I still believe it, and I think that I like Sally with Liam better than I like Steffi for Liam, to be honest with you. Now, honestly, what would be great is if they recast Hope, and, you know, Liam has this flirtation with Sally, but then he decides he's going to stay true to his one true love, and Steffi thinks she's got it because she's beat her, that Sally bitch, once and for all, and she's got Liam, and then Hope comes back to town, and then Liam ditches her. Now that would be great, because let's be real, Hope is always going to be Liam's first choice. Always. Steffi was never, ever Liam's first choice. Period. The end of it. Right? I would like to see something happen with Ivy. Like, I want to see some love come back into Ivy's life. Obviously, Wyatt is entrenched with Katie. And I don't know, maybe Bill. I don't know. I want to see, I mean, yeah, Ivy could get with Mateo, and there's a big, I think it's called Mativy. There's a big relationship group out on Twitter that wants them together. And, I mean, that would be fine. That would be cool. But I kind of would like to see her with Bill or with someone other than Forrester. Like, and no offense, but not Charlie. I don't want to see Ivy and Charlie together. I like Charlie with Pam. You know, I want to see Ivy get some action or bring a new guy on for Ivy. Like, I want to see Ivy a little bit. I'm not saying that, you know, you've got to make her front burner, because I realize that for a show like this, you've got to constantly be writing people in and out. It's just that with a few of the storylines, like Steffi and Bill's current flirtation, or Brooke and Ridge finding their way back to... Let's talk about that for a quick second. So Brooke and Ridge, it looks like, are pretty much going to get back together. And their son RJ is just super pleased. Whatever. That's what I think about that. Because listen, this is what because I've been watching that first season 30 years ago. They had that on the app, so I've been watching that. And here's what I have found. Brooke is not Ridge's true love. I believe Ridge's true love is Caroline, and not Caroline that's on the show now, but her aunt Caroline that died, the one that married Ridge and then died, keeled over, right? I think that she will always be Ridge's true love, and all the other girls that have come afterwards, including Brooke, including Taylor, have just paled, or the ones that came before, like Morgan. I would love to see Morgan come back. Come on. Let's get Morgan back, because if Sheila runs for Congress and she gets in Congress, they can write her off the show, and then their new villain can be Morgan. They can bring her back. That would be actually a really good idea. But yeah, so I don't think that they hold a candle to Caroline. She's always going to be the one. Now, having said that, Brooke was a fierce ass bitch back when she was just out of high school. She was Miss Thing. She was, doing sting operations. I mean, she was a tough cookie. So this whole, constantly waffling back and forth between Ridge, and now it's Ridge and Bill, and, her, she just seems a little bit passive to me lately. And I know that Brooke is not that passive. I mean, and I told this to Catherine Kelly Lang when I met her. I was like, listen, I love Brooke, but I feel like, and I didn't articulate this as well as I am now because that's really unfortunate, but I like Brooke when she has a formidable opponent. Like if it had been Brooke versus Sheila, but I do love Quinn versus Sheila because I fucking love Quinn. I love Quinn. Let me just say that right now. But if it had been Brooke versus Sheila, I would have understood that, and I think that would have been good material for her. Or back when it was Brooke versus Steffi for those decades, that was a great story too. Or even Brooke versus Taylor, she was a good opponent for. So that's why I just don't think, But Morgan would be a better adversary for Brooke, right? Plus, there's the whole relationship between Morgan and Steffi because Morgan kidnapped Steffi and had everyone think she got eaten by a shark. And God, I wish that had been true though. That was one episode. That was one instance, and there have been a few where it feels like, okay, this show is fucking with us because, I would have liked to have seen her be eaten by the shark. I'm just saying. Okay, anyway, I know she was a little girl. I know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I want to say thank you so much for logging on today. I'm running out of time. Thank you so much for logging on. I do appreciate it. I'm back. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat at Angel Benton. I don't snap that often, but I was snapping in Japan. If you're following me on Snapchat, you would know that. And let's see, you can also hit that little subscribe button on my YouTube channel. And you can hashtag Bold and Beautiful, or you can hashtag Dancing for Relevancy. I'm going to do that one next. I'm very excited about that one because that last show was, this last one, but the one before that was good too. But anyways, thank you for logging on. Excuse me. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.